This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 70 of the Healthy Critters Radio on the Horse Radio Network. Healthy Critters Radio is brought to you by Biostar US. Find them online at biostarus.com.
On today's show, we discuss the World Equestrian Games that were held in Tryon, North Carolina this month. The breed of the show is a Sun Conure. Critter Nutrition focuses on CBD for horses. And in Coffee Klatch, we pick the dog breeds that best fit notable celebrities. Listen in. So we're all hurricane survivors this year.
I tell you.
Or Dodgers.
Or Dodgers. There you go.
Well, it sounds like we all got the Dodge a little bit. I mean, sounds like.
Well, true, but Jennifer is the one that, got more of the hurricane. You got the tornadoes,
yeah,
Patty, and we got the rain.
A little something for everybody.
Well, we
Flo.
did. We
yeah.
we got a little bit of rain. Well, we definitely got rain. Yeah, it was going to hit all spectrums.
So, did you just hang out in the hotel during the hurricane, Jen? Never.
Actually, we only had to hunker down for one day during the hurricane, and we stayed at a bed and breakfast for the entire run of the games. So we just stayed at the bed and breakfast, which was rather lovely. Actually, it was a proper building, so we had no worries about that. And I actually slept because I had the flu. Worked out pretty convenient-like. But Glenn went out regularly and checked the weather and was doing little Facebook Live weather things. He was doing kind of spoofs of Jim Cantori and, out in blizzards and stuff.
Those were so funny.
They were hilarious.
It was so funny.
Yeah, it was really funny.
It was very funny.
Yeah.
So for us, it was almost a non-event. By the end of the games, all the Brits were coming up to us and going, that wasn't a hurricane. That's just regular rain where we are.
Yeah.
It's like, we didn't get a real hurricane. That stayed east of us. Thank you very much.
Yes.
So it wasn't so bad. Folks east of Tryon did get hit really, really hard, and they're still dealing with flooding as we record this podcast. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Richmond got 10 tornadoes.
Wow,
where Patty lives.
Yeah, it was a little it was a little crazy. It was a little insane because I was supposed to teach that night. And one of my what my student texted me, like, I guess a screenshot of what the weather was supposed to do, and I was like, I had no idea. And then I drove home, which I was grateful for, because one of them passed. I live in the middle of 200 acres and it's sort of flat, and I'm surrounded by woods on one side, and you could see the edge of where it was coming through.
Whoa.
So I was grateful I was home, because my son would have been home alone, which, at one point he was in the bathroom with all the dogs, although he did send Gavin out because he said he smelled too much, and if anything happened, I should grab him and run in the bathroom. I'm like, okay, I think that's how it works. But, we were spared, and there's one that was actually close to the barn. I mean, but there was the one that hit in Chesterfield, unfortunately did result in one death, but it was just kind of not expected and quite bizarre, not really common in this area.
Right. Yeah, so, we're not known as a tornado alley.
No, not at all. I mean, after being up in the Dallas area and they deal with that kind of stuff all the time, but it was just the last part of the storm sort of breaking up, and it just caused the right amount of wrongness, but you guys just got some rain, right, kids?
Yeah, we got like 5 inches of rain, which in already soggy ground was.
Yeah, but considering what you all were supposed to get.
Oh yeah,
they were talking about 10 to yeah. So it really.
We dodged that bullet for sure.
Yep, absolutely. But of course, all of our thoughts and prayers go out to the people that are still dealing with it. I had 2 friends that actually, one that stayed in Emerald Island and kind of sent us updates, but she never lost ability to text us, which was kind of nice. Which is
wow.
yeah, but then, that happened with us during Harvey. I was so surprised that people could still text me, even when people lost power. But anyway, yeah, there's
And
still all
what
kinds of
what a lot of people don't realize is that after a hurricane blows through, you'd think that the air would like be cool and nice, but it is
quite the
horrible.
reverse. Yeah, it's quite the reverse. It usually
heavy.
gets
it's
hotter
very heavy.
and worse. Yeah.
Hotter and more humid, and when you don't have electricity, it is just agony.
It's hard. It's very hard. It's very hard. But the good news is that the WEG still went on, and
it did, and it was great for the U.S. equestrian team because we really got we won a lot, and that was very exciting because we don't always win a lot of medals in the World Equestrian Games. So
yeah.
So anyway,
good to do it on our home turf. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly. So join us. We're going to talk about the World Equestrian Games and a whole bunch of other things. So let's go. Today, our roundtable discussion is our thoughts on the World Equestrian Games that were held in Tryon, North Carolina this month in a curious synchrony with Hurricane Florence.
Yeah.
And so Jennifer was actually there. Patty and I were not, but we took or at least I did. I took the opportunity to watch it on FEI TV and the NBC Olympic Channel. And how about you, Patty? Did you see any of it?
I was not actually really able to see it at my house because I don't have good internet. And I had to wait till I would get to the barn and watch it the next day. But I got to see, I was able to see, I only watched the dressage, and I literally only watched 3 rides. I watched Bella Rose, Laura Graves, and Charlotte. And I was amazed. I think, I thought Charlotte's new horse is going to be unbelievable. I thought it was a pretty unbelievable horse. I'm just a major fan of Laura Graves. I love that horse. I love the way she rides it. I just think it's amazing. And I think Isabel is undisputed the queen. She does things that she may not be as pretty of a rider as like Laura or Charlotte, but she just gets the job done. I swear she could get a picnic table to do whatever she wanted.
Picnic table passage. There we go.
Yep. Boom. Check that box. She's just amazing. And I loved how emotional she was about winning after all the titles that she's won. I love that moment where Laura Graves put her hand on her shoulder. I don't know. I like the humanity. Like that the older I get, the more I like that type of stuff. I just thought it was amazing because you know that Laura wants to win everything. She's said it over and over again. She wants to be the best of all, which I think is, awesome. But I also thought it was pretty cool for her to, hail to the queen a bit, Yeah. And I just thought Charlotte was like a cute little giddy schoolgirl going, oh my gosh, am I going to be even awesome in a couple years, But that's actually all I got. And maybe a little bit of the eventing. And I got to hear a ton about, of course, endurance and all that stuff. But how about you, Tiggs?
I got to see a lot of the Grand Prix. I got to see most all of the special. Mm-hmm. But what really and I thought the dressage was great. Great overall quality, and the guy who does the music for the Grand Prix is just freaking brilliant.
Yeah.
I
had heard about that. Yeah.
And I read an article about it, and the way this guy, and he puts it together sort of on the wing. He has seen videos of the horses, of course, before, and then he sort of amasses a collection, and then as they're going, he starts doing the music. It's like, whoa. I thought that
that's
really
that's kind of
helped
amazing. Yeah.
dressage a lot. But the two things that really riveted me was cross country day, which blew my mind. The most beautiful course I've ever seen. And it was exciting and beautiful, and those horses are so brave. And I thought that was really a great day in equestrian sport, even if it wasn't great for the Americans. And I thought the final of the team show jumping was amazing. That jump off was one of the most exciting times in show jumping I've ever witnessed. It
you're
was
making
incredible.
me now, and now I'm going to have to go watch it. Oh, cool! I'm going to have to watch it.
You definitely have to go watch it. And I thought the marathon driving was so mind-boggling difficult. I mean, my mind cannot even take in how they can make that many turns with the horses tightest. I mean, and how they learn that course, Patty. It's like a labyrinth.
Really?
It's actually 6 labyrinths.
Wow.
It was Wow. It was insane. It was insane.
Did you get to see it, Jen?
Oh yeah. Yep, we were.
Were you live there watching it?
Yeah.
Yes, we stayed for marathon day. That was our last full day there. We drove back on Cones Day, but we spent the entire day out on the course watching. I love to watch marathon. It is absolutely my favorite thing to watch. It's astounding. It is just astounding.
It's just astounding. That's the right word. And that we won.
And that we won.
Oh, I know.
Oh my God.
And that we won. Yeah.
But I tell you, that Australian driver, Excel, I think is his last name. I think that's a great name.
Yeah.
That sounds
he's actually
like a brand.
Human. He's a superhero from the Marvel Comics.
Yes. It sounds like a brand.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, I'm wearing the Boyd Excel. I need a size 80 Boyd Excel for my horse. I mean, Patty, this guy is unbelievable. He's unbelievable.
I'm definitely gonna have to watch it. I'm gonna have to watch it.
And the horses are so freaking cool. They're just they're just cool.
Well, that's what I've decided when I can't ride anymore. When I'm figuring about 80, then I'm gonna drive.
Well, driving. You know about my famous lesson with James Houston driving.
Yes,
one
I do remember
horse.
hearing about that. Yes, and it kind of freaked you out, I believe.
It's so difficult. And I used to drive a pony in a pony cart, but I was just, flying around and having fun. But he made me hold my reins a certain way and do this a certain way, and I'm like,
he's just such a snob.
And it was all in one hand. I could only have the reins in one hand. So, I worked on the road.
You must remember that in combined driving, they don't do it that way. The way you were learning was called the Achenbach method, and that's for coaching, for the folks who have the really fancy rigs that just trot down the road in Newport and look beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's the style of rein carriage that they use. For combined driving, it's a 2-hand operation.
You have to use 2 hands. I mean, there's just no way.
I know this because Wendy explained it to me on Saturday at the marathon.
Oh, God, I was going to say.
She, by the way, was an excellent commentator on NBC, the Olympic Channel.
Wasn't that fabulous? She found out exactly 30 minutes before she went on air that she that she was going to do that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They texted her the night before and said, "Can you do the FEI play-by-play?" And she said, "Oh, sure. Done that before. FEI, big deal. Nobody watches." And then she walked upstairs to the control room and they said, "Oh, yeah, here's the NBC feed." And she's gone, "What?"
Well, NBC? Probably better that she didn't know, right? Going into it. She probably was like very innocent.
She was
like,
excellent.
Okay.
Yeah, she really stepped up. We were so proud of her.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So what were your overall impressions since, Patty and I were here and there were, quite a lot of tornadoes where Patty was on one of the days? And
yeah. Well, we didn't really get the rain until I think you all
later
were in
when
the
it went
second
north.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hurricane-wise, we were very lucky in that we kind of dodged the bullet, and locally in Tryon, all we got was some medium to heavy rain and some really, 20 to 40 mile an hour gusts for about 24 hours. So in that respect, there wasn't a great danger involved. So from that point of view, luckily, it was a non-event. And that was sheer luck because they took the appropriate measures in case it didn't go our way, because it could have gone really, really bad like it did further out towards the coast. So from that point of view, yay team. Thank you, Mother Nature. We appreciate that. I think overall what it comes down to is the competitors and the competition, with the exception of one particular non-FEI discipline, stepped up. They competed well. They were good sports 99.9% of the time. The horsemanship was amazing. The competition was amazing. So from that point of view, an absolute A+. From the point of view of a world championships, a world equestrian games, it definitely lacked that goosebumps wow factor for obvious reasons. The facility was really quite unfinished.
Completed.
And partly because of that, and partly because we had a hurricane in the middle of it, we did not have a lot of spectators compared to other world equestrian games.
It sounds like a lot of people didn't show up, right?
Because
they were so concerned
for perfectly valid reasons. So it felt like a really big horse show, like you might go to a horse show where a lot of top world-class competitors might be, right? But it didn't have, when we were in Lexington, it definitely, you walked into the grounds and you saw the poster across the back of the bleachers at the Rolex Stadium, which was, as big as a football field itself, except vertical. You kind of got goosebumps.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't have that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. You're right. Yeah.
It didn't have that. And I'm not disappointed because I didn't expect that.
Right.
Because we did the 2018 show, we were kind of in on all the goings on and stuff. I'm disappointed and I'm sad for the American equestrian community because we didn't get to put our best face forward in that respect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, that's kind of
where. Is it fair to say though that some of that was because maybe some of the listeners don't know this, but it was not supposed to be in Tryon, and they really didn't have as much time to get it ready. Do you think that was a factor?
No. So here's why I don't give them a pass on that.
Okay.
They could have done the World Equestrian Games really, really well without building a hotel.
Yeah.
Without building a 4-story
golf course.
Well, the golf course was already there. They actually used the golf course for the cross-country course. It was already there. That was actually in their favor. They didn't need to build or start building a 4-story high behemoth of a media building. They had this grand plan. And when we heard about the grand plan, we all looked at each other and said, even under the best of circumstances, this is not going to get done in 18 months. I think if he had made a more reasonable and logical plan to have facilities for this, I think we would have had a better games, but he would not have had a start down the road towards what he wants to make as, the Las Vegas of equestrianism.
Right.
In Tryon, which was his goal in the long term. He didn't want to just do the equestrian games. He wants to have that, but the World Equestrian Games itself suffered for it, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe it's gotten to the point where nobody can really host one site for all the disciplines?
I think it's silly to keep moving it. They need to pick 1 or 2 locations, have them alternate, and have the same place, and keep going back there. And we're going to get a better competition. We're going to have a better spectator experience because, after all, isn't this our opportunity to bring outside people into the sport and help them enjoy it?
Yep.
So
it'll be interesting to see if I think it should be broken up In other words, Aachen can do dressage and show jumping.
I think it should all be in the same place.
And eventing and combine and driving can be in England, and reining can be anywhere in the U.S.
Then there's no World Equestrian Games. All that is a championships. Aachen already has the facilities, and there are probably half a dozen other places in the world that already have the facilities already there. So there we go. And my favorite part about the whole 15 days that we were there is actually not when I was looking at a horse. I was sitting in the media.
Oh, what was it?
I was sitting in the media room processing sound files, and the show jumping was going on. And every once in a while, I'd glance over at a monitor to see what was up, and I thought, oh, they're getting down to the end. And there's no audio feed in the media room. All I can see is a monitor. I can't hear anything. And all of a sudden, the entire building started to shake. It felt like there was an earthquake. And it was the crowd in the stadium adjacent to the building going bonkers when McLean Ward went clean.
Wow.
That's so cool. That's cool.
The whole stadium, there was probably 6,000 or 7,000 people out there, just went ballistic. That was my favorite part of the whole show.
Well, let me tell you, the way he rode that round, it was unbelievable. Yeah. Well, if any of our listeners went to the WEG, be sure to tell us your impressions on healthycritters.com or on our Facebook page, Healthy Critters Radio.
Hello.
Hetty, how are you?
We've had a little bit of a long day. We just got back in the car after teaching 14 lessons. One of us is punchy.
Oh, how well I know the feeling.
Well, have you gotten into any of those espresso beans?
Don't have any of those.
Oh, dear.
Them all.
Oh, God.
That's probably a good thing, though.
Yeah.
Well, not for me. No, I like those. They're delicious.
Well, Jennifer has a question for you.
And how may I answer your question?
I would love you to answer it honestly and enthusiastically, and here it is.
Okay, ready.
Humans love to spend quality time with their canine friends on the couch watching films. But pretty much the human gets to choose the film. So we want to know, Hedwig, what is your favorite movie?
Oh, my. What a query. Let's see. Obviously we must work within our genre expectations. We can't just have one.
True.
So when it comes to comedy, I think the one that I just find side-splitting, so funny, Fish Called Wanda. So funny. Chip up the nose kills me every time. What goes well with fish? Chip. Yeah, so that by far funniest movie ever made, no question. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then when it comes to drama, I think one must always value the film. Yes, I'm going to go with this one. Terms of Endearment.
Oh,
good one. Yeah.
When Jack Nicholson says, "I was this close to a clean getaway."
Yeah. Yeah.
And then just for best movie of all time, Princess Bride. Yes, rodents of unusual size. I do not think that word means what you think it means.
I would not have guessed Princess Bride for you.
Well, there are so many things you don't know about me, Tigger. Or do you ever ask whereas Jennifer thoughtfully queried my favorite film?
Interesting.
I shall hold this against you later.
Yeah, this winter in Florida, I'm sure.
Yes. No doubt.
Well, Hetty, I hope that in the next couple of weeks you'll get to pick to watch your favorite movie with your servant.
No, she doesn't need to watch them with me.
Oh.
Well,
She'd
there we
be
go.
doing chores of some kind while I watch the film. She could make me popcorn with butter.
Do you eat that?
Yes. Delicious.
Oh.
Why would I not eat
good.
that?
Is popcorn
I have a problem with
is popcorn to be eaten without butter, or should it always have butter?
It should always have butter and cheese on.
Oh, butter and cheese. I see. And what about popcorn with caramel? Is that permissible, or is that a no-no?
I mean, I'll eat it, but it's not my favorite.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Well, thank you very much for your time
good to
today,
know.
Hedwig. And hopefully this weekend you'll be able to watch some of your favorite movies.
Thank you. Have a nice time.
Thanks. Safe driving, Hetty.
Bye, Hetty.
Bye.
And now it's time for the breed of the show.
So we are now at the breed of the show. And Tigger, once again, has made me go outside of my box. And she says, let's do parrots. Oh, gosh. Well, the good news is I've actually had a few birds. I'm not saying I'm good at it. Yeah. But I have chosen actually a very beautiful, vibrant a parrot known as a sun conure, also known as another name for it. It's called a sun parakeet. And they're quite beautiful. I don't know if you guys have ever seen them.
So
they're vibrant.
Cute.
They're beautiful. They're just beautiful. But they are considered a parrot. But it's a medium size. It's a smaller, obviously. Very vibrantly colored. The males and the females are very similar in appearance. They are about 12 inches, so they're not very big. But they have a lot of characteristics of bigger birds. For instance, they have something that's called the white patch around the skin of their eye. It's called the eye ring, which is you find in macaws. So there's a lot of very similar things, but still you're still getting this some of the similar things, but in a smaller bird.
They talk.
Well, that's a good question. They do talk. They're not as easily to train to talk. You have to really stay committed with it. They're not as easy as some of the other conures. But they are indeed a very loud bird. Very loud. We'll get back to that in a minute. We'll talk about that in a minute. They make, because I was trying to really research if it was kind of your good first bird, if that's what you want to go with, because they are easily trained. They will bite if you provoke them, as will any bird. But they're extremely affectionate and can be actually quite cuddly. And you can train them to do, like, you can go online or get books and you can kind of train them to do different things. And like you said, I mean, you can get them to talk, but it's just not as easy. But they will only be able to do a couple words. And it takes some diligence. But the thing about any type of bird, and this really, truly, if people, listen to this and they're like, ooh, I want to look at a sun conure. Ooh, they're so beautiful. A couple of things you need to know about the sun conure. They live to 30 years.
Wow.
And they get very attached to their people. And this is the one thing that when I was doing birds for a period of time, I just took for granted, because I was like, yeah, it's a bird, whatever. They get very attached to their people and they become heartbroken, because they're very interactive. And they actually can be quite good with children, because if you take a lot of time with them. They can, they really can be trained. So that's something to consider when you're considering a sun conure. So the loud part. So they make noise. I don't even know. They're just very, very loud, and they tend to do it all day long.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
It's not
and
like
it's
a little
called
chirp.
No, I mean, I would hear it from my house in my barn in Alta Vista. If you remember that, I would hear it in the barn. You remember the distance? Pretty loud, pretty long, and it's called a contact call. And what they're doing is, in the wild, they make that call. I to kind of out to other other sun conures that are out there to get food or come back home or whatever. So it's something to consider.
You forgot your lunch, Jerry.
Yeah, come on back. But you really don't want to do this with this particular conure if you live in an apartment.
Good.
So okay, yeah. I mean, they're known to being as loud, as beautiful they are color-wise, as loud as they are. So just keep that in mind. So feeding them, they eat fresh fruit and vegetables like apples, grapes, bananas, melons, all good. Carrots, broccoli, green beans, that kind of stuff. But there are some things that are toxic. Avocados, which is very disappointing. I didn't know that. Cocoa, onions, that kind of thing. And they're very specific things that if you go to a responsible breeder, will let you know and be very aware of that. But it's good. It's very important every single day they have fresh water. There is a pellet. Some pellets are actually formulated with all the essential things that they need, but they really do like a real grape. They don't want a grape that's been put into a pellet. The pellets are good because it helps the mineral and vitamin balance, but they need to pick things up with their feet, and it helps keep their beak not be so sharp and their nails down. And also, there's something else that's kind of common that most people, if they know anything about birds, it's called a cuttle bone that you can put into the cage to help wear down, and it also provides some minerals and stuff. So as far as a cage, the recommended size, and this is sort of a basic cage, is 24 by 24 by 30. And you can, again, you can go online and find unbelievable information about it. But it's even though we're a medium-sized bird, the larger the cage, the happier they are. Mm-hmm. The one thing that's really good about the conure is they can be alone and be quite happy. Some of the other birds,
they don't need a friend.
They are okay alone, especially if you get them if you are a family and you get home at night and you let the bird out, during dinner time or after dinner time just to socialize. They really are okay. Some of the other parrots that I read really do like company, but they're good. These guys are good because they really attach themselves to the family. So they really they really are great, beautiful bird. If you want to start with that type of a bird, it is going to require a large cage, which can take up a good portion of your kitchen or wherever you're going to put them in. They want to be in the middle of stuff. They want to see stuff. They don't, you don't want to put a bird in the laundry room. If you're going to have a bird, they're just far more interactive than I think I would have ever really thought of. I mean, they're kind of like a dog or a cat. They want to be in the thick of things. And it's important to remember they live for 30 years and they get attached. It's just like a dog or a cat. They get attached to their people. So if you get a bird and you get it from like a baby bird, you got 30 years. You got to think about it, And, of course, there's pet stores that have them, but there's a lot of respectable breeders. And a lot of the breeders will actually have birds that have been turned back in. So you can always rescue one, which I think is kind of a good thing. And they will be anywhere from like $149 to $350.
Wow. So
not terribly expensive, but,
nope.
And I think the upkeep on a bird is not overwhelming. But, there's, I think they're basically very healthy if you feed them appropriately. So
sounds great.
Not a good apartment bird. Yeah. You're going to go get a bird?
No, I'm working on the guinea pig. And now we're at Critter Nutrition, and the topic today is CBD for horses. One of the many intriguing complexes of the body system is homeostasis, the body working to maintain a constant and balanced internal environment. When a change occurs in an animal's or human's external environment, adjustments must be made so that the internal environment of the body and cells remain stable and function properly. Among the various homeostatic mechanisms in the body of all mammals is the endocannabinoid system. Mammals produce endocannabinoids to stimulate the cannabinoid receptors. Cannabinoid receptors are located throughout the body, including the brain, central nervous system, skeletal muscles, liver, and the GI tract. The receptor sites play important roles in the modulation of signaling pathways and homeostasis. In the GI tract, the cannabinoid receptor is in both the enteric nervous system and in non-neuronal cells in the intestinal mucosa. What's important about this is that the receptors in the GI tract influence the secretion of gastric acids, fluids, neurotransmitter, and hormones, as well as the permeability of the intestinal epithelium. And the reason this is so key is when you think of gastric ulcers in horses. What is CBD? Well, CBD is a cannabidiol. It's a constituent of hemp that was discovered in 1940. In fact, it's one of hundreds of cannabinoid components of the hemp plant. Cannabinoid receptors in the body can link with cannabinoids such as CBD, which results in message signaling and the cellular responses needed for healthy functioning and homeostasis. The endocannabinoids have a short life before being degraded by intercellular enzymes. Endocannabinoid molecules are produced on demand. CBD increases the availability of the body's own endocannabinoids by stopping a specific enzyme from degrading the endocannabinoids. This, in turn, provides more endocannabinoid molecules for the body. Now, the basic functions of the endocannabinoid system are the regulation of homeostasis, including metabolism, pain, mood, movement, memory and learning, immune function, inflammation, and digestion. CBD oil. The most common form of CBD is CBD oil. It is quickly absorbed orally through the mucous membranes, bypassing the digestive system. This is beneficial for fast delivery. However, CBD oil typically has to be given multiple times per day because it is not long-acting. There are challenges with CBD oil. Many companies cut CBD oil with other oils like coconut, hemp seed, and olive oil. This dilutes the concentration of milligrams. The gold standard of extraction of the oil is CO2 extraction. This CBD oil ranges in price from $4,200 to $5,800 per 2.2 pounds of CBD oil. Because it is so expensive, many companies dilute it with other oils in the finished-to-market product. I've been studying CBD for 2 years. The oils that I've tested and worked with fell below my expectations. There is a lot of hype around CBD oil for pain, for neurotransmitter support, for cancer. To me, the importance of CBD as a nutritional component is its ability to support homeostasis and the endocannabinoid system in the body. The body's ability to regulate homeostasis is, in fact, wellness. Rather than using CBD oil, Biostar chose to use the whole hemp plant, known as hemp biomass, that is certified organic, THC-free, and verified by a laboratory analysis. Although organic hemp biomass and its CBD and other components are broken down in the GI tract and not absorbed through the mucous membranes like CBD oil, many of the cannabinoid receptor sites are, in fact, in the GI tract. So by eating organic hemp biomass, the GI tract receptors and signaling pathways are supported. Another benefit is that CBD, when it is absorbed through the digestive tract, it is far longer acting than CBD oil. Biostar was the first equine supplement company to bring hemp seed oil to the equine market 10 years ago. We were the first to use hemp protein in our supplements for horses. I think it's safe to say that Biostar knows hemp, and we have a deep and abiding respect for how the plant is grown without pesticides, herbicides, or chemical fertilizers. Our decade worth of experience with hemp means we are not jumping on the CBD bandwagon because it is popular. We have assessed CBD and waited until the right form of CBD was available, the hemp biomass. Biostar's new product, Receptor, EQ, provides organic hemp biomass and the terpenes, bioflavonoids, and CBD that are contained within the biomass. It also provides ingredients that support the joints, healthy oxygenation of muscles, circulation, balanced mind, and a healthy GI tract. That's green-lip mussels, astaxanthin, organic turmeric, organic kale, non-GMO sunflower lecithin, and organic black pepper. Receptor also provides the notable Ayurvedic tridoshic plant Amalaki, also known as Indian gooseberry. It is referred to as one of the most powerful rejuvenating herbs in Ayurveda. In Sanskrit, Amalaki means the sustainer. The base of Receptor includes organic pumpkin meal and coconut meal for added protein and beneficial fatty acids. Receptor is a wellness formula supporting homeostasis. Because each horse is an individual, benefits will vary from horse to horse. For instance, some horses may find Receptor helps relax their nervous mind. For others, they may move more powerfully and easily, may recover from physical activity more quickly, may be less prone to fecal inconsistency, may feel more comfortable within themselves. Receptor will be available October 2018.
Real horses and real dogs are healthier, perform better, and recover more quickly on real food. That's why Biostar empowers horse and canine owners with 100% whole food nutrition, supplements, and feeding programs. Biostar products are made at their own certified non-GMO facility in Gordonsville, Virginia, using real food ingredients that are raw, freeze-dried, or dehydrated, never cooked, and are free from artificial flavors, colors, soy, corn, wheat, and molasses. The Biostar product line includes a wide range of whole food, horse and dog supplements, treats, and unique artisan poultices that embrace the ancient and traditional uses of clay and plants. Visit biostarus.com today and learn about whole foods and canine and equine nutrition so you can make the best decisions about the care and health of your horses and dogs. That's biostarus.com. Whole food nutrition the way nature intended.
Well, we thought we'd have some fun in Coffee Klatch today, and we decided we would pick some celebrities and then choose which breed of dog would be the best fit for them. So the celebrities are Lady Gaga, George Clooney, Johnny Depp, Jennifer Lawrence, and President Trump. So starting with Lady Gaga, who I absolutely adore, I had three choices because I couldn't make up my mind. Saluki or Borzoi or Whippet.
No. Are you serious? I got a good Borzoi as well. Good. That was good. And a Saluki. Well done.
I had Saluki.
Well done.
I had Saluki.
Oh, that's crazy. Because I had the only other one I had was Afghan Hound. So Afghan or Borzoi. But Saluki, yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good.
I thought Whippet was good too.
Yeah, no, but I mean, they're all kind of
not as exotic. A Saluki and Borzoi are more exotic.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah,
and
Saluki's pretty darn good. Yeah, it just depends on what mood she's in, right? I mean, really, all of those could be correct depending on how she's coming on stage. You just don't know.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay, Patty, what did you have for George Clooney?
I don't know why, but this one, it just makes me very happy. I had Boston Terrier, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's kind of a round, sort of cute face. And that just made me think of George Clooney.
I had Bulldog.
No.
Bulldog.
Okay, that's funny.
Bulldog.
Okay, that's funny. Okay, what did you have, Jen?
I chose pointer.
Oh, interesting.
Really?
The pointer is an
Went the
exceedingly
other
handsome.
way.
They're an exceedingly handsome dog. They're very good at what they do, but other than that, they're kind of bland. Right?
Okay. Point over here. That's all I got. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay.
I picked the bulldog because
Yeah.
it was total opposite. You've got this really handsome guy, and I thought it would just be so perfect for him to have a really, a dog that has the funny, the teeth sticking up and the jaw. And
Well, that's why I was thinking Boston Terrier. Isn't that funny? God, that is so funny. Get out of my head, Tigger. Get out of my head. Freaking me out a little bit.
Okay, Jennifer, what did you have for Johnny Depp?
A Havanese.
Oh, touche.
Oh, that's
Touche.
good. I was kind of close. My two choices were Lhasa Apso.
Oh, very close. Yeah.
Okay.
And a Frenchie.
And a Frenchie. There you go.
Okay. I almost went there with that, but I kind of went. I just kept thinking sort of middle of the road because he's good looking ish.
Yep.
He's done a lot of really good things. He's athletic. People like looking at him. Not everybody's taste, but people like. So I went with Dalmatian.
Huh.
Dalmatian.
Well, I was just like, kind of good looking. Not everybody's cup of tea, but
that's true because a Dalmatian is a polarizing breed. People either love them or hate them. I think you're right there. Yeah.
Yes.
I think you're right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking more of something small that he could travel with.
I was thinking of a breed that was didn't necessarily have a job in its history like a Havanese, but could be either cute and adorable or totally messy and dumb looking because their hair is really bad and curly and kinky.
Yeah.
It has that wide variety of looks because Depp has a very wide variety of looks.
Yes, he does. Yes,
he does. True. He can kind of turn into anything. A little bit like Lady Gaga, but
a little bit chameleon-ish. Yeah. I like it. Good ones.
Okay, Patty, what did you have for Jennifer Lawrence?
I don't care what you guys have. Mine's the best. Okay. So let's just vote on mine being the best anyway. Okay. Are you ready for this?
Ready.
Because this is so her. You ready?
Yep.
Ready? Basenji.
I did too.
Oh my gosh, I picked it too.
No, you didn't.
I did. I had my mouse hovering over the Basenji.
Oh my God.
Okay, that is seriously insane.
Now that's never happened on Healthy Critters.
Ever.
We all got the same dog.
Okay, that's a little creepy. Okay, well done. So I was very right. Times 3,
absolutely right.
You guys were right. Yeah.
Completely.
That was
totally.
I don't know why.
I want to know why everybody chose. I mean, I know why I chose the Basenji. Why did you choose the Basenji, Jennifer?
No nonsense, athletic, versatile, attractive. Yeah, that's where I was at.
And all of those things, and for me, I just sort of silly because they can't really bark.
Not much of a bark there.
Yeah. So, and they can be kind of cute and the little curly tail. I don't know. Everything that she said. How about you, Tiggs?
I was going with the fact that it's a dog that's very sociable and it's sociable but aloof, and it's adaptable.
Mm-hmm.
It can live in an apartment. It can live in a house, on a farm. It can live anywhere. And I think of the roles that she's played, how versatile they are.
Versatile,
and I would think she would go for a very unique breed. Something she wouldn't have a Labrador.
And probably wouldn't even know it. Yeah, but she probably wouldn't even know she was going for I just think she's kind of a cool person.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that was neat, guys.
That was
well
very
done.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so our last one is President Trump. What did you have, Patty?
I had Affin Pincher. And I'm not going to explain why.
This is too weird. I have Affin Pincher.
No, you don't.
I did. I picked
serious?
it because it's also known as the Monkey Terrier. But I picked Affin Pincher!
Oh, that is so funny. Oh, that is so
my
Tigger,
God.
What do you have?
I had two choices.
Okay.
My first choice was the standard white poodle because it doesn't shed and, he doesn't like mess or, so he wouldn't like dog hair. And also it's the biggest of the poodles because I don't think he'd want a little poodle. He'd want the biggest of the poodles.
The biggest. Yeah.
But then I decided that really I think the best breed for him would be the Chinese crested that has no hair whatsoever.
It's the bad hair breed.
And where they do have hair, it's a bit of a sweep over.
Yeah, it's the bad hair breed. Yeah.
Exactly.
We've got a good point there. See, I can't pick the standard poodle because I really, really love standard poodles. So I couldn't pick that.
They're awesome dogs.
They are awesome dogs.
But a Chinese crested, it really isn't. No offense to anybody who has one. It really just doesn't do anything for me.
Well, it does. It does win the world's ugliest dog contest every other year. Or so.
Often, yes. Yeah. But don't you wonder how it got into development? I mean, what humans sat around.
I don't know who woke up one day. I want to have a dog with weird spots on it and kind of not a lot of hair. But they are very sweet. I had a friend in Wellington that had them, and they really are very sweet.
But they're very fragile, right?
That I don't remember. I don't think they're that fragile.
Yeah, the only thing I know about them personality-wise is that they're really hard to housebreak.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Oh.
See, there you go.
That sounds like a Frenchie to me.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys out there, our listeners, if you have some good dog breed suggestions for our celebrities, please let us know on healthycrittersradio.com or on our Facebook page, Healthy Critters Radio.
Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks to our sponsor, Biostar US. You can find them online at biostarus.com.
Get the Horse Radio Network phone app on iOS or Android by searching for Horse Radio Network in the App Store. It's free and easy to use.
For details about today's show, go to healthycrittersradio.com where you can find links, photos, and more information about our guests.
As always, we love your feedback. Please follow us on Facebook under Healthy Critters Radio.
Be sure to visit all the great shows on Horse Radio Network at horseradionetwork.com.
Love your dog.
Hug your horse.
Feed your chickens.
Clean your litter box.
Dance with your goat.
Slither with your snakes.
Howl at the moon.
Hang with your hamster.
Party with your parrot.
Waddle with your walrus.
Outwit your otter.
Cuddle your cows.
Rap with your raptor.
Go chipping with your chipmunks.
Forgive your fox.
While hedging your hog.
We also recommend that you rack with your raccoon.
Gyrate with your giraffe.
Meditate with a meerkat.
Uber with your orangutan.
Facebook with your flamingo.
Ponder with your panda.
Walk with your Wookiee.
Yawn with your yak.
Twitter with your toucan.
Go raining with your reindeer.
Dropbox your dragon.